คนนะมันก็แปลกเนาะ
Okay, we are live, so we're gonna start now. Let's start with paying respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha together. นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Ayya Khemavamsi from Mahavanatutangka, the seventh branch of Nirodhara Monastery in Thailand. The monastery that I stay now is in Lampang province. Today we're gonna learn the Dhamma from real life as a topic lesson learned from the storm because 2 days ago there was a severe storm here in Lampang province, especially here in Lampang Luang sub-district, and it caused a lot of damage to the monastery, and it still gives the lesson. And today I'm gonna share the lesson that I've learned from this incident as well as the sutra. We're gonna read and then we're gonna discuss the sutra from Samyutta Nikaya Nikaya number 22.95 that the Buddha described and used the metaphor of the 5 aggregates with the natural things. Okay, let's start. As I mentioned 2 days ago, the severe storm struck, right? And this is like the hall, the small hall. It's like the meditation hall, newly finished. It just finished. This is not the finished, picture, but we haven't got a chance to take a finished picture. And then the storm comes, and then it's like this, just one night. My mother say, one day you see the whole hall, the whole construction. In the morning, you see this. And this is like, everything collapsed because of the storm, which it took about maybe 1 hour, but, the storm, it destroyed the, many buildings of in the monastery, and also with the tree, with the electric pole, things like that, just collapse. And this give me and people here, a lot of lesson. One thing that I would like to share, that there is the bad in the good, and there is the good in the bad. Have you heard about this? There is the good in the bad. For example, in this incident, when the monastery got destroyed, not whole but part of many things got destroyed, and the whole hall that newly constructed, collapsed, things like that. We learn that this is the real life Dhamma, that it shows us anicca dukkha anatta. Form, buildings, things like this. It's gonna change. It's not gonna stay there like forever. And we're lucky enough to see it, in front of our eyes, just collapse. And see that, this is like what the Buddha taught. It's not gonna stay like this forever. You're gonna stay, maybe some building, you're gonna, last for 100 years, maybe. But we are lucky enough to see it, collapse So it's kind of the life lesson that, oh, this is anicca dukkha anatta. The form, the building is considered as form, right? The form is gonna change. It's not gonna stay there forever. And it depends on many factors. For example, in this incident, it depends on the weather, depends on the storm. So one day is appear like this, the next day it appear to be gone. And if you see this at the bank of the, the hall is in the middle of the pond, like the small pond, right? When it first constructed, they're gonna put like the equipment, the wood, the things to construct, at the bank, on the land, or the wood, the, I don't know in English, like all the equipments, and then construct as a whole, right? But when it collapsed, right, is yesterday, we try to help each other to, like take what we can use in the future, like the wood and things like that, again out of the island, the small island here, to the bank of the pond. So it's just like at first it's like just the elements, like earth elements, water elements, fire elements. It's just like this body. At first it's just like earth, water, fire elements. Earth, water, fire, what else? Air elements, right? And then it comes together as the five aggregates. So the body plus the mind, and then you see as a human, you see as the, you know, many name, many label that you're gonna describe it. But it's just the five aggregate. It's just like the four elements come together, plus the mind or plus the consciousness, and you call it the body. You call it Khemavamsi. It's just something that you label it. Human being, label it as a bhikkhuni, label it as a Thai person, things like that. But actually, if this body just no more soul, the soul leave the body, it just like the corpse, right? And it returned to be, you can see it clearly, it's just the four elements: water, fire, earth, and then air elements. So yesterday when we take out like the wood and the equipment, things like that, oh, then we learn like this is just like when we try to take part of the body and then see it as really, see things as they really are. I is not mine, it's just earth element. Hair is not mine, it's just earth element, something like that. Water, the blood is just water element, something like that. So this is what we can learn from this anicca dukkha anatta. And things, when they come together and we label it, and then when we use it, with the label, we use it with the atta, with the self notion, with the delusion. So we think like, oh, this is like James, this is Mary, this is Khemavamsi, this is many labels. And also when this happen, it's good to see, to reflect within, here, me to reflect, and everyone here in Mahavana to reflect, like, are you like mournful, are you happy, are you sad with these things that happen? And it turns out that people don't really feel sorry that much. We just like, oh, this is like the Dhamma. One day you see and one day it's gone, and just let bygones be bygones. It's something that is happen, arise and then cease, arise and then cease. So yeah, When things happen in your life, if you think of it as the experience, bad experience is the bad incident happened to your life, but you think of it as the experience, as the and you take the lesson out of it, and you can learn from it and then move on. So now we just think like, okay, no more hall, that's fine with us. We can have just like the empty space, that's fine. We can meditate anywhere anyway. Okay. And from this, so we're gonna learn the Dhamma from the discourse, from the sutra. It's from Samyutta Nikaya, number 22.95, a lump of foam. Here, the Buddha used the metaphor for the five aggregates, which is very interesting. Actually, I did the Dhamma talk on this topic in Thai on the previous Uposatha day, on the last Sunday in Thai language, right? And you know, this incident, like the severe storm incident on 2 days ago. So I think like, oh, it's just like the coincidence, like it's just it's just like in this sutra, and we can learn from this sutra again. So I'm gonna use this sutra to discuss with you today. A lump of foam. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Ayushaya. There the Blessed One addressed the bhikkhus thus: form as a great lump of foam. Form as a great lump of foam. Suppose that this river Kongka was carrying along a great lump of foam. A man with good sight would inspect it, ponder it, and carefully investigate it, and it would appear to him to be void, hollow, insubstantial. For what substance could there be in a lump of foam? So here, I would like to point out this. When we read the sutra, when we read the discourse in the Pali Canon, we should notice the first part, like where the Buddha was dwelling, where the sutra occur. Why? Because sometimes it has, like the link to the content inside. For this sutra, the Buddha was dwelling on the bank of the river Kongka. This is like the Thai pronunciation, Kongka. So when the Buddha was near the river, so he saw the river, right? So he used the metaphor, the great lump of foam as the form. Like here, suppose that this river Kongka was carrying along a great lump of foam. So this is the good technique in teaching, right? You use something that people gonna see clearly right there. Oh, now you're staying near the bank of the river Kongka, right? So now you see, look at the river. When the river was carrying along a great lump of foam, a man with good sight would inspect, ponder, carefully investigate it, and the great lump of foam would appear to be void, hollow, insubstantial. For what substance could there be in a lump of foam? Can you make use of a lump of foam? When you try to grasp it, it just, disappear, right? So too, whatever kind of form there is, whether past, future, or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, a bhikkhu inspects it, ponders it, and carefully investigates it, and it would appear to him to be void, hollow, insubstantial. For what substance could there be in form? Mhm. So now another point that we should, you know, um, talk about that here the Buddha discuss the 11 types of five aggregates. You know, five aggregates that can be divided into form, feeling, perception, volitional formation, and consciousness, right? And each of the aggregate, for example, form, can be subdivided into 11 types: past, future, present. Whatever form in the past, future, or present, internal means here. For example, the form internal, just like something that happened, the body, your body is the internal form. External form is somebody else's body, gross or subtle, even though it's not good or good, inferior or superior, far or near. People that near you or people that far from you, the building that is near you or the building is far from you, something like that. So altogether it can be divided into 11 types of the aggregates. When you inspect, ponder, and carefully investigate it, it would appear to be void, hollow, and insubstantial. For what substance could they be in form? Just like here, the building. Oh, one day is here and one day is gone. Actually, the building is not so important, right? But the the that we that use that we can make use of it, gonna create it to be important. For example, if the monastery, if the temple with the Buddha image, but no one's there and no one's gonna come and pay respect and no one gonna meditate and make use of that place, it's gonna be insubstantial. But when someone come and meditate, come and make use of it, and come and to spread the teachings of the Buddha, then the place is gonna be substantial. The place is gonna be important, something like that. Next, the Buddha used the metaphor feelings as water bubbles. Suppose that in the autumn, when it is raining and big raindrops are falling, a water bubble arises and bursts on the surface of the water. A man with good sight would inspect, ponder, and carefully investigate it, and it would appear to him to be void, hollow, insubstantial. For what substance could there be in a water bubble, right? How can we make use of the water bubble when it, you know, arise and burst on the surface of the water, and then soon it will drop again and then disappear, be as the water. So you cannot make use of the water bubble. It's just void, hollow, insubstantial, or transient, not gonna stay there forever. So too, whatever kind of feeling there is, whether the three kinds of feeling, right? Painful, pleasure, and then neither painful nor pleasure. Whether past, present, future, internal, your feeling, external, someone else feeling, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near. When you inspect, ponder, and carefully investigate it, and it would appear as void, hollow, insubstantial. For what substance could there be in feeling? Another sutra, the Buddha um, talk about the feeling just like the wind. You know, the wind, when it comes, touch you, right? And then pass, arise, and then cease. Whatever direction that comes from, north, south, east, west, whatever direction, just come and then pass through. So the feeling is just like that, comes and then gone, arise and then cease. It's just like a water bubble. Soon it's gonna disappear. So if you investigate it, inspect and ponder, the first one you have to inspect, you have to, oh, all the feelings arise, oh, now it ceases. And when you clearly and carefully investigate it, and you will see that it's just insubstantial, it's just, I cannot hold on to it. If I try to hold on to the good feeling, suffer occurs, right? The suffer arise. So just let it come and go naturally because it's a natural thing. Even the good feeling comes and then go. Bad feeling comes and then go. Equanimity comes and then go, right? Just like in the incident of the storm destruction here. You know, yesterday we worked from the morning until 7 something in the evening because we have to, like clear the temple, clear the monastery. And then here today, we went a bit tired, exhausted. But now we can learn like, oh, everything just normal. Everything comes to the normal state because we clear, we clean everywhere. So we learn that comes and go, right? It's just like that, come and go. And it's gonna come to the normal state. Good feeling comes and go, bad feeling comes and go. It just come to the normal state. Or maybe you can think of the hand of the clock, right? It's gonna come like this. I don't know. Just like good feeling, bad feeling, normal state, right? Good feeling, bad feeling, normal state. So it's just gonna return to the normalcy. That's it. Okay, and then I'll read the comments later. And then perception as a mirage. Perception as a mirage. Suppose that in the last month of the hot season, at high noon, a shimmering mirage appears. A man with good sight would inspect, ponder, and carefully investigate it, and it would appear to him to be void, hollow, insubstantial. For what substance could there be in a mirage? Right? It's just like the illusion when the surface is hot, like at high noon, and then you see it. Oh, there's water there, but when you come closer, it's just like illusion, a mirage. The perception is just like that. Oh, I think it's real. I think it's gonna. I can grasp it. It belongs to me, something like that. But actually, it's just like the illusion. You cannot hold on to it. It appears to be void, hollow, and insubstantial. So too, whatever kind of perception there is, whether past, future, or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, a person inspects, ponders, and carefully investigates it, and it would appear to him to be void, hollow, insubstantial. So what substance could there be in perception? Our perception here, or memory, right? Memory. Sometimes when you try to remember and then you forget, something that you try to forget, you just remember it. And when you try to hold on to the memory, try to hold on to that perception, you cannot hold on to it. It comes and go. It depends on many factors. When you old, the memory, the percep is not the same as when you're young, something like that. So when you really investigate it, it's just like the mirage. I think it's gonna, it's real, it's there, but you cannot hold on to it, and it's transient. Volitional formation as a large plantain tree, or in Thai translation, we use the banana tree. Suppose that a man needing hardwood, seeking hardwood, wandering in search of hardwood, would take a sharp axe and enter a forest. There he would see the trunk of a large plantain tree, straight, fresh, without a fruit but core. He would cut it down at the root, cut off the crown, and unroll the coil. As he unrolls the coil, he would not find even soft wood, let alone hardwood. You cannot find hardwood in the banana tree or the plantain tree. You know, the Thai boxer even can, um, destroy the banana tree with his leg, something like that, or just like in this picture. So when I see the banana tree like this, I remember this sutra. Oh, how can you, make it? It doesn't have the soft wood, let alone the hard wood. You cannot make. You can use it as the food for the pig. You can, get the banana out of it, but you cannot make furniture out of it. Something like that. So it reminds me of the this sutra. A man with good sight would inspect, ponder, and carefully investigate it, and it would appear to him to be void, hollow, insubstantial. For what substance could there be in the trunk of the plantain tree? So too, whatever kind of volitional formations there are, whether past, future, or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, a person inspects them, ponders them, and carefully investigates them. As he investigates them, they appear to him to be void, hollow, insubstantial. For what substance could there be in volitional formation? Volitional formation, it formed because of the contact, because you have eye, because there are lights, because there, the view, there's something that you can see, and with the consciousness, so there's contact. Because of the contact, then you feel, then the perception, volitional formations arise. Phassa paccaya vedana, because of a contact, the feelings arise. The feelings arise with volitional formation and perception. So when there is no contact, there is no feeling, volitional formation, and perception. But because we are still alive, so there are many contacts, and the volitional formation arise because of it. So it's just something that we cannot control, right? You cannot control to see, cow poop. You cannot control to see only good things. It's just because we have eye, because there's light, because there's still consciousness, because we're still alive, then we see things whether you like it or not. So it comes because of the dependent origination. It's just the formation with the past experience, with the idea that you have now, and then you form as a thought, as the notion, and then you act, and then you speak accordingly. It's just something that has many factors. So yeah, if you carefully investigate it, it appears to be void, hollow, and insubstantial. And the last thing, consciousness as a magical illusion. A magical illusion. something that lure you, that, oh, I think it's real. Oh, I think that's the real rabbit. Oh, I think that's the real bird. But actually, it's just a trick. It trick you to believe like that. Suppose that a magician or a magician's apprentice would display a magical illusion at a crossroads. A man with good sight would inspect, ponder, and carefully investigate it, and it would appear to him to be void, hollow, insubstantial. For what substance could there be in a magical illusion? You think like the rabbit or the bird gonna come out of this with the magic? No, it's just something that they use to trick. It's just like consciousness. It's just, if you really investigate it, it's void, right? So too, whatever kind of consciousness there is, whether past, future, or present, internal, external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, a person inspects, ponders, and carefully investigates it, and it would appear to him to be void, hollow, insubstantial. For what substance could there be in consciousness? In the commentary, the teachers, the master, explain that the consciousness is as a magical illusion because it tricks you to believe that it's real. Actually, when you do like this, this is actually not the same consciousness. Consciousness not gonna it arise and cease all the time. But because it arises continuously and with a fast pace, it's arises, just one noise like this, the consciousness arises 17 times. This is from the Abhidhamma, as the Buddha said. So it's very fast. So when arises is very fast, you think it's there. You think that when I speak, it's the same consciousness, but it's not. It arises. But it tricks you, it lure you to see that you're gonna stay with one consciousness, with one mind. But actually, it's not the truth. The mind arises, but you still alive because there is still they call Shivitinsi. Shivitinsi is something that keep you alive. Even though the mind arises, but with the Shivitinsi here, the Buddha gonna talk about this too. He used the word hang on, he used vitality, but in Pali they use the word Chivitinsi. But because of vitality, it keeps the mind here. Yeah, it's very hard to explain, but consciousness arises is just the same, but because of we still have vitality. Some people say soul or something like that. So yeah, we're still alive. Okay. And then the Buddha said, this is what the Blessed One said. Having said this, the Fortunate One, the teacher, further said this. Seeing thus, the instructed noble disciple experiences revulsion towards form, revulsion towards feeling, perception, volitional formation, and consciousness. Because when you see things as they really are, like, it's just something that arises and sees. So why should I, cling on to it that much? Why should I, yearn it that much? So when you see things like this, when you have the right wisdom, start to have the revulsion toward the five aggregates. Experiencing revulsion, he becomes dispassionate. Because of the delusion, you still cling on, you still attach, you still have the passion, the good feeling towards it, right? If you think like, oh, this fan is very fancy. I really like it. It's so good. It's so useful. I love it. You're gonna cling on. This is mine, my fan. You know, don't take my fan. You're gonna stay here forever, something like that. But when you see like, oh, it's just something that not gonna last forever. It's just something that is just, why should I cling on to this? Then you start to experience the revulsion. Okay, you can take it if you want. I can use it. That's fine. But if you want, you can take it. That's fine. I can give it to you. So now you're willing to detach. So once experiencing revulsion, then you become dispassionate. That's fine. That's okay. You can take it. Through dispassionate, his mind is liberated. So you're free from clinging onto this fan. When it is liberated, there comes the knowledge. It's liberated, finally liberated. He understands, destroyed is birth. Birth finally is destroyed. No more birth for me. No more birth for these five aggregates. The holy life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There is no more for this state of being. I've practiced enough in the Noble Eightfold Path. What had to be done has been done. I'm finished, accomplished. No more for this state of being. Just like when you reach the final destination, that's it. I reached the final destination. I accomplished in crossing the river, and now I'm on the land, free to go. Form is like a lump of foam, feeling like a water bubble. Perception is like a mirage. Volition formation is like a plankton trunk. And consciousness is like an illusion. So explain the kinsman of the sun, which is the Buddha, the Blessed One. So here you can see that the Buddha used the metaphor like a natural thing, but natural thing that is just so fragile, so transient, so insubstantial. You cannot make use of the lump of foam, a lump of foam, right? When you try to grasp it, disappear. A water bubble, when you try to grasp it, disappear. The mirage, you think it's real, you think it's there, but when you get closer, disappear. A plantain trunk of banana tree, you cannot make use of it as a furniture. And illusion, the magical illusion. You think it's real, but it's not. You think you can hold on to it, but it's not. You think you can control it, but it's not. So pay attention to the metaphor that the Buddha used here. Nature thing that is so fragile, so transient, not gonna stay there for a long time. No. However one may ponder it and carefully investigate it, it appears but hollow and void when one views it carefully. With reference to this body, the one of broad wisdom, the Buddha, has taught that with the abandoning of three things, one sees this form discarded. Three things, what are they? When vitality, heat, the fire element, and consciousness depart from this physical body, then it lies there cast away, food for others without volition. When the mind, the consciousness, when the vitality she within see, when the Tesho Dhatu, the fire element, the heat, departs from this physical body, then you call this corpse. And then other animals, if you die in the forest, other animals gonna eat you. You're gonna become just the food for others, food for the crow, food for the tiger, something like that. Such is this continuum, this illusion beguiler of fools. It is thought to be a murderer. Here no substance can be found. So because of it, no continuum, it creates like the illusion that is real. It's me. It's the self. Actually, it's just the trick. And the five aggregates is thought to be a murderer. How to be a murderer? There's one explanation that, you know, when the mind, because of the contact, because of the consciousness, and the eye and the form, right? Because of these three things, it creates the contact, phassa. And phassa, paccaya, vedana, because there is contact, there is feelings, but not just the feeling, perception, volitional formation comes together and then sees the mind and cetasika. Perception, volitional formation, and feelings come together and then cease. So one consciousness arise and cease, arise and cease, arise and cease. I don't know how to explain, but this is just the consciousness, and this is the cetasika, volitional formations, perception, and feelings arise and then cease. So one consciousness, the new consciousness come to kill the old consciousness. This is as they explain. The new feeling comes to kill the old feelings. Now you might feel like, oh, itchy, but then it's gone. So the new feeling comes to kill the itchy feeling, something like that. So this is why the five aggregates can be called, or it is thought to be a murderer. It kills its own. New memory kills the old memory, something like that. New perception kills the old perception. A bhikkhu with energy aroused should look upon the aggregates thus, whether by day or at night, comprehending, ever mindful. He should discard all the fetters and make a refuge for himself. Let him fare as with head ablaze, yearning for the imperishable state, yearning for the nirvana. So it's like with your head ablaze now, your head on fire now. So it's kind of urgent. This metaphor is just kind of urgent, yearning for the nibbana. Practice the Noble Eightfold Path to reach the state of nirvana, the true liberation. So from this sutra, you learn that, okay, the five aggregates can be, actually, they are void, hollow, and insubstantial. But you might wonder, oh, when this body is so insubstantial, not so important, it's just so void, and oh, maybe now I feel sad, maybe now I feel like I'm useless or something like that. No, the Buddha said, you can make insubstantial substantial. You can make the form, the perception, feeling, volitional formation, and the consciousness. So, in short, the body and mind to be substantial. How? This is in the Anguttara Nikaya, number 10.74. The Buddha said, when you grow in faith, sattha, ethics, precepts, sila, learning, sutta, you listen a lot to the teachings of the Buddha. Generosity, jhaka, when donation, generosity, you help each other. Donation is not something, mainly the money is not like that. When you help, give things, give your strength. Just like in this incident, people come and help. Some people come and, donate the money to help restore the sala, or to help fix things, something haven't fixed yet. They donate the money. But some people like, okay, I don't have money, I can come and then I can help you clean the monastery or something like that. This is called generosity as well. It's considered donation as well. And the last one is wisdom. So there are 5 things. A noble disciple who grows nobly, taking on what is essential and excellent in this life. This life, the 5 aggregates, is not something that, so powerful, so important. If you don't do good things, it's not so important. If you use this body to do bad things, so the bad consequences, and you are called bad people or something like that, right? So how can you make use of something that so insubstantial, just like the Buddha said? To be substantial, to be worth, to be a human being. How? Faith. Have faith in what you have faith on. The Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, the the teachings of the Buddha, the Buddha himself, and the disciple of the Buddha. Ethics. Should have you should have precepts. You should have ethics, ethical conduct. You should do good. According to your place, according to to what the Buddha said. And also keep on learning. Sutta here, listen. Keep on learning, keep on listening to the teachings of the Buddha, because it's useful. It's something that is true. And yeah, you can try and see it around you, and you know for yourself that it's actually the truth. Generosity. When you help each other, whether it's material or your strength, your wisdom, your knowledge, things like that, help. And then you yourself going to become useful to the community, to the society, right? So make the body and mind become useful. And the last one, wisdom. In Pali, they use the word sattha, sila, sutta, jaka, and panya. Faith, ethics, listening, learning, generosity, and wisdom. And then this, when you have this 5 of characteristic, have this 5 of qualification, quality, you are considered someone who take on what is essential and excellent in this life. And this is how you make the 5 aggregates substantial in this very life. Okay, so now the I hope you understand. And now question and answer. Hello Sus, hello Yankee Apple, hello Manao, hello Richard, Rebecca, Molika. Dharma learner said good morning, afternoon, and evening. Ayya, and to all, how can we help repair the monastery? Donation. Thank you for sharing with us your thought about the storm destruction. Yeah, since you are far away, we welcome the donation. But yeah, we welcome your help, your support, and donation. But when you donate, just how can I say? Yeah, we welcome donations. Yes. What I try to say, like, yesterday people like, oh, I don't have much money. Can I help you? Donate the money. They said like, because she's live far away. They said like, you know, it's not about small amount of money or the large sum of money. If you wish to donate, it's the merit anyway. whether it's large or small. Yeah, you can. But one thing here, we just like the new monastery, right? So we haven't finished complete the foundation, like organization yet. So we don't have like the donation for the foundation. If you are the foundation, foundation is easier for you to donate, right? But now we're not the organization like the foundation yet. So if you wish to donate, then we have like the lay people bank account, but he's my father. He's the one to donate the land and then build things around here, but not the sole donator. No, he's just the one who donate the land, and then people here try to help in this monastery. Hi Jerry, hi Melissa. We are greater than the sum of our parts. We are greater than the sum of our parts because of the faith, ethics, generosity, learning, and wisdom. Hi Jim McCarty, greeting from Ireland. Hi Pumika. Damalana say, when we have a situation of great loss in one's life, such as destruction of home or business, can we feel sad? Can we grieve to help let it go? Trying to suppress my emotion when it happened to me was too much to let it go right away. Looking back now, I guess I was not skilled enough in the Dharma. Yeah, I like the word skilled. We need to practice. The storm destruction not just struck this place only. No, people around here. I've heard that one village got severely destroyed, and one I've heard that one house, he has no house. This is like the whole house got destroyed. So that's sad for him. Like, so we try to help each other. Like, okay, in the community we have to help each other, right? And for some people, for some people who lost the house completely, some people just some parts. But yesterday when we go and to their place, and it's just like, oh, the shop is closed today. I'm too sad to even open the shop. I'm too sad to even look at my house. So I just sit here. I cannot do anything. Too sad. I cannot even clean the house. So people, act differently towards the loss of the life. Here in this incident is the damage from the natural disaster, right? The natural storm. But if we practice ourselves to be mindful and use the wisdom to handle the situation, it's better. And I think it's just like the life lesson that you know that night when the storm struck, it's just so loud, and like even the window of the cabinet just broken or something like that. And there's one lay woman stay with me at that night. It's just like, if you fear, if you're afraid, just don't go. Stay here because it's safe here. Just stay safe inside the room. Gonna stay safe here. And whatever happened outside, it's beyond your control. You cannot try to, grasp that thing because it's too dangerous to go outside. Stay put. Stay here. Calm. Tomorrow we'll go and see. Tonight, get a good sleep because we're gonna use strength tomorrow to clean. I'm sure that we have to go and clean a lot. But tonight, what's important? Stay safe inside and get a good sleep because we need strength tomorrow. And when the morning comes, right? I don't I didn't expect for the hall to collapse, right? So when I this window, normally I can see the hall from this window, and I open the window just like what? Oh, oh, it's gone. Wow, wow, Anijang. One day is here, another day is gone. Wow, Anijang. Okay, that's fine. When it's gone, it's gone. I cannot help anything. Just let it go. Okay, and then I go and then like all the tree and the roof, the ceiling, like all over the place. So I go and see other people, the lay people here in the monastery, because now I stay, just only one monastic people here, a monastic person here. I go to see the lay people, and they just like, oh my god, like the dishes, everything just break down. I say like, okay, now we have to do what we have to do first. I have to go to do the arms round. I have to go and do the arms round. So prepare the arms bowl. You take pictures because we need the evidence. It's just like the crime scene investigation. The first take picture. It it will come handy. I think it's gonna become handy. Take pictures of all the things that happen. Okay, the roof here, take picture. You go and take pictures. You go and then just say calm. I'll go with this to do the arms round. And once we finish the arms round, and then I have to go outside to assess the situation. Like, okay, is this here, this monastery only, or someone else as well? Oh, okay, it's normal. People here have been affected with this storm. So okay, arms round finished. I finished my responsibility, my duty. Finished. I got food to eat now. Okay, fine. Next, once you take pictures, right? Clean. Clean everything. Just don't eat yet. Clean this place first, and then okay, now the people come and help. Okay, now we assess the situation. How many trees that got, fall down, the hall disappear, now collapse. Okay, the roof here, this place, come. I've assessed the situation. Next, do this first, this first, this first. It's just like, yeah, you can feel sad. It's normal for people to feel sad. It's normal for the lay people here to feel sad. They're just like, oh, it's just newly finished. I haven't even used, I haven't even take a picture, of the finished picture, something like that. But now it's gone. So she just like blah blah blah. It's normal for you, that's fine. But now we have the duty to do. Life goes on. Some lay people say like, I can't even walk, my heart just like, I feel so sad. It's fine. It's fine. But we have to do the work now, because we cannot just sit and then mourn and then cry, because life has to go on. We have to do the work. So blah 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 blah, and then we finish the work. And then after that, because of we work, we for that people, they say like, okay, when you see that, oh, it just arise and then cease, and then we talk about the wisdom, like, okay, be mindful, things can come and go, just let it go. When people donate to build the hall, they have their merit already. The merit is accomplished already. even though we use or not, the merit accomplished already. So calm down. Now, whatever is going on, just let it be, you know, things that we cannot control. But now clear the place. If you stay with the, the destruction, the crack and things like that, gonna make you sad even more. So just like work, come, this problem solve and then another problem. So it's just like when you use the four noble truths in your real life, suffering occur. What is the cause? The storm, and then the painful feeling inside. But now you have to know things have to be clean. The longer you leave the water, the stain, the harder you clean it, right? Clean, now clean, now access. So if we access the building, we access things that we can fix, then when people come and then we can tell them and then they can fix it fast, something like that. So if we are mindful, if we use the wisdom and just detach from the feeling, we have to do what we have to do first, step by step, and then just, okay, if you feel sad, it's normal. If you feel happy, that is not so normal. If you feel sad, that's normal. Embrace the feeling, but don't cling on to that feeling. Sad, yeah, sad, fine. I'm sad, fine. Let go. Do the work, do the responsibility. For the lay people, they're sad, that's fine. But it's my duty to, you know, handle the situation. Do this first, do this first, do this first, and give the wisdom. Okay, this is the life lesson. Learn from it. If you're sad with the whole collapse, that means you cling on to it. But how can you cling on to something that is so fragile? With just one storm and then it's just so fragile. How? Not useful at all. Learn from it and let bygones be bygones. We can build new one, or we cannot build a new one. It's in the future. Now have to do the work, something like that. So people have the responsibility, just like the Dharma learner said. Yeah, you can feel sad, you can grieve, you can mourn, but try not to suppress the emotion. If the sad feeling comes, just know that I'm sad now and don't cling on to it. But you should be mindful, like, this is the sad feeling. But now, when you feel sad, mournful, and then cry here, it's not going to help the situation to be better in case of the natural disaster, right? In this case. So, what you should do right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, do the work. And maybe that going to help you to sway the focus to something else. Mhm. B. Leon said, I'm grateful for the teaching. I ran a business and the client has refused to pay for service tendered, citing a technicality. It is a substantial sum of money. Should I just let it go? At first, you have to, try to solve the problem. Every problem, just let go. If the whole collapse and they just, okay, let go, just let it be there. No, it's not gonna solve the problem. You have to know, like, okay, the problems arise. What is the cause? The cause because of the client refused to pay the service. How can I solve this problem? Maybe we should negotiate. Maybe we should talk. Maybe we should talk to him, like, openly, like, what is the cause of it really? How can I solve the problem? Can we negotiate? Or maybe should I, go to find someone else that is, like, has this the previous experience, something like that. Consult, who can I go and take consult from, and then consult that person, that organization, and then try to solve the problem. If you solve the problem, with mindfulness and with wisdom, if you cannot change anything, let go. So let it go, not just like the first thing that you should, you know, handle the situation. Or the storm struck, let go. It's not like that. The storm struck, protect the mind. Now, what I should do? First, take picture. First, do the duty. First, delegate the work, assess the situation, and then delegate the work, and then, like, and after that, if I cannot change anything, if the problems cannot be solved with many things, many options that I try to use, then let go, something like that. Just like the Four Noble Truths, the suffering, yes, you should know the suffering. There is the cause of suffering, you should abandon it. So the suffering occurs not just to let go only, no. Find the cause, find the root, find the factor. Now you know the third one. The solution can be solved. How? Oh, you should know the way. Maybe I should consult someone. Maybe I should do this, blah, blah, blah. Use the mindfulness. Use the wisdom. If you, and then try to train to be skillful, just as the Dharma learner said. Yeah, you have to be skillful. You have to practice something that you cannot practice, to let go of something, with a great loss. But listen a lot. The teachings of the Buddha can help you solve the problem. Now you listen, just like you collect the knowledge. One day, when the problems arise, be mindful, calm down, be mindful, use the wisdom. Okay, suffering occurs. What is the cause? The solutions is there. Gonna have the solution. How? Oh, the Buddha said this. Okay, I'm gonna do this, do this, do this. And after that, when you cannot do anything, let go. Because you cannot do anything, right? Okay? Thank you everyone that come and listen to this. I hope you learn something, as you said, something interesting, something useful from this incident. I like the face. There, what is it? The good is in the bad is in the good. If you see things from different angle, then you can find the solution. You can find the lesson out of it. The good is in the bad, just this incident. Oh, there is the good side. Okay, it's bad. The whole collapse. The whole collapse. The monastery partially destroyed. It's bad. I'm not gonna try to romanticize like, oh, it's so good. No, it's not that it's bad. But we can take the good side out of it. Oh, I can learn anicca dukkha anatta. I can see, I can reflect here that do you really still cling on to it? Because when people, build or create or, have something as their own, or you stay there, you live there for a long time, then you have the notion of clinging, right? Do you have the feeling of clinging? You still have the feeling of clinging. You still cling on to it. It's not good. Practice more, something like that. Oh, this is the real life experience. Try to take the good things out of it as a lesson. Learn from the lesson. Use it as an experience and then grow from it. And there is the bad in the good as well. When you live happily, you have the good environment, good friend, good everything. It's bad. Why? Because you're gonna become careless. Everything is good. Good health. I'm healthy. Have good friend. Good business. Everything just so fine for me. And then you're gonna become careless. Careless of the life, careless of the health, careless not to practice, not to be mindfulness, not to, have the wisdom, something like that. So be careful and be mindful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's it for today. Dhamma learner said, thank you, Ayya, for sharing your own experiences to bring the Dhamma to life. The Dhamma is life. You can learn the Dhamma everywhere, anytime. You can make use of it. Don't let the Dhamma just something that it's in the Pali Canon. Something is in the discourse in the Tipitaka. Make use of it. You know the word here. A man with good sight, he carefully, what's the word here? Oh no, the man with good sight, inspect, notice, right? Ponder and investigate. So you can, from nature, from everything around you, notice, ponder, reflect, investigate. Is it gonna stay? Oh, no, it's not gonna stay there forever. Oh, it's just like what the Buddha said. So you can learn from real life. Okay. Nature is a great teacher. Yes. Best of luck in repairing the monastery. Yes. Thank you, everyone. I hope, yeah, that's it for today. I hope you are well and safe and happy in learning the Dhamma. So let's we say Sadhu 3 times together. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu Anumodhami. Sadhu. And then we say, we see you all next Thursday. Sadhu, everyone. Have a good day.